Yo, 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 what up? What up? Another episode of the Uncommon By podcast coming right at you. We missing half of our staff members, but they're here in spirit. No, they're not dead. They're still here alive. But last time I said that, y'all bust my chops. But yo, so I just want to pass it over to my man Bottom Shelf. He's going to talk a little bit about what we're going to hit on today's show. Then after that, we're going to get into what we're drinking, how we doing, the mental health aspect of everything. And then, of course, we're just going to talk a little bit current events, basketball and all that. So Bottom Shelf, what's up? What's good?
What's good? We're going to talk about today. We talked about accountability weeks ago, months ago. Now we're going to focus on responsibility. How responsible are we as people, as humans, as men, as women, for certain circumstances that happen in a relationship, whether it's somebody's pregnant, DNA tests, foreplay, texting, calling, who's responsible for what? And then we're going to talk about a little bit of the NBA playoffs just because it's that time of the year. And then we're going to talk about, I might say, some bills, man. Bills. What Destiny Child say? Bills. What are those bills we hate to pay? But as we segue, I just do have to say, Hey Lover by LL Cool J is a song about a stalker. This man is stalking this woman 100%. And making out her man to be this horrible guy. We've never met him.
Right.
We've never met him. But in the lyrics, we swear this man is terrible. Meanwhile, LL is showing up. He's following, what did he say? Every day at your job?
He said, every day I'm working out, thinking about you.
Thinking about you? Is this the type of man you want, Ma? You want this type of man?
She in a whole relationship.
Some women want that type of man, bro. Real talk, man. But yo, before we jump into these topics, man, what's up? How y'all doing? How's the week? Yo, the weather's been super duper.
Weather's been great.
Yo, what you been doing, Picasso, in this weather, B?
Yo, I started to record outside tonight, just out back. You know what I mean? I was like, it's that nice out here.
Ooh, beautiful.
But man, I've been chilling, man. Just prioritizing things, man. That's it. It's prioritizing, getting things in order, trying to take care of business.
Yeah, you were cleaning out your garage today. You found any? You found any pool sticks around that you want to?
Yeah, man. I saw my pool sticks, and I was like, yo, the last time I pulled out these pool sticks, they went on a significant, like ass whipping. Like
whosoever want to play Picasso pool, hit them up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you see those lights behind MC? That is a pool table that y'all can't see right there. You see the red felt on there? Yeah, that's a pool table. But I know the last time I took out my pool sticks, I know I went on like an 11-0 streak. It was just crazy. I need to put them up like in the rafters. I might hang that stick up in the basement over here. Like, I might retire that stick.
All right. Yo, Bottom Shelf, what's goody?
What up, though? I'm just happy that it's warm outside. The Knicks is in the playoffs. Because we taking our clothes off, I'm asking people to send them noodles my way. Send them nudes, man. You know what I mean? And I'm just happy to be here. Oh, and I've been working on this Moscow Mule recipe, and I've finally got it right. So I'm happy about that. And Cuts and Slices, I'm coming down. I'm going to review Cuts and Slices for the podcast because I've been hearing too much about this pizza. But 2.5 hours? My man waited 2.5 hours for slices of pizza. That's insane. But I'm going to have a little drink while I wait.
Where's Cuts and Slices?
BK.
Brooklyn,
okay.
Ralph Ave.
Oh, okay. Yo, man.
I think it's Ralph.
You gotta bring your bottle, that's all, while you wait.
Yo, that's MC crazy, here, man. Like we said, the weather's been amazing. I've just been doing some yard work, man. These hands has been mad busy all week.
Yard work.
Facts. I've been doing just getting that stuff together, man. Just doing different things, just ready for the summer, bro. Yo, I've been really getting into Picasso. Yo, go looking out for this Got Mine thing, yo, because every morning, brother, I get my 40 in. 40 push-ups. For y'all don't know.
Good look. Tell them about it.
Challenged us about 4 weeks ago to every morning you get up, you just got to get down, do 40. You know, I like people get up every morning and pray. We get up, pray, and do our 40 push-ups each morning. So
Yeah, so let me just say that real quick.
yeah, speak a
Behind that,
little
there
bit.
was a study. There was a study done on men's. I think they were actually firefighters, and they said, when they do, when you wake up and you do 40 push-ups, I can't explain the science behind it, but what it does to your heart is there are heart benefits to it when you initially wake up and just get your heart going off a real quick pump, which is, I guess, the 40 push-ups. And they say if you could do 40 push-ups straight, you have, good heart health. So us being men over 30, over 40, but in our 40s, still able to, do 40 push-ups straight is a good thing. That's a sign of strong health, and to continue doing that. I just said, yo, know what? We need to challenge ourselves and hold each other accountable. So every morning when we wake up, the first text, somebody will say, yo, whoever wakes up first, just text hashtag got mine. And it's, that inspires me to be like, oh, yo, he got his already. Yo, let me get mine real quick and do your 40. And, we trying to look like sex for the summer. You know what I mean?
Yo.
But wait a minute. And
trying to look like sex, you know what I'm saying?
And not only that, though, but wait a second. Not only that, let's tell the listeners that's not all we do, though. So we do our 40, but we still get to the gym and do our money. So we don't want to dupe you into thinking,
40 and that's it.
Got us looking like this. We got to do our 40 and we got to be doing our regular workout. So go looking out, Picasso, because each morning, man, I get my 40s in.
That's a good look. That shit is a good look, man.
All the time.
No
4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, no matter what. But speaking of 4, 5 in the morning, man, this morning I went to the gym, and I know we straying off, and I really want to get back to the topics at hand.
Straying is
I went to the gym this morning, and I don't know, something told me I wanted to listen to something different than music. So I YouTube like motivational talks from Kobe. Bro, it's just, yo, dude's mentality, the 2 in the morning to 4, like he says something that resonated with me, man. And it's about just how he puts himself in a position that when the realness of whatever that situation comes, in his case is basketball and making that shot, that game-winning shot. He told himself, like, yo, when I'm making that shot, I've done it 45 times. I've done it 350 times already in his own mind frame, because he was up at 2 in the morning. When people were at lunch, dinner, breakfast, he's in the gym. Yo, it's just, I was listening to 9 minutes of it, bro. And I got to tell you, for the 9 minutes of the end to my workout, I got a little boost, bro, because it was just what he was saying. His concept, his mentality was just, yo, kill. It's just like, yo, it was, yo, I mean, yo, I'm not going to say that I was the biggest Kobe Bryant fan, but he inspires me. Just
Mamba mentality,
man, for real.
Yeah, it wasn't until his death that people, unfortunately, it wasn't until his death where it really started resonating with people, his greatness. Like, for him to be in the, he really should be the person in that GOAT conversation.
Right.
But so that's leading into what we gonna talk about with basketball.
His passing is very reminiscent to homeboy Nipsey Hussle. Their passing brought them to another level of fame that people did not, you know what I mean? They weren't recognized the way they are now that they've gone.
Facts. But yo, speaking of GOATs, my boy LeBron James, whether y'all know the new playing tournament, the first 6 teams make the playoffs. They're already automatically in, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, they're playing for 7th and 8th spot. And my boy LeBron James, they'll be playing Memphis on Sunday. He really pushed the Lakers to the 7th seed. And whoever the 8th seed will be in the West will be either Minnesota, Oklahoma City, or New Orleans.
Yeah, by the time you see this, you'll know.
And then in the East, we got I think last night.
The Heat.
No, not the Heat.
The Heat lost
The Heat lost.
to the Hawks.
Yeah, so the Hawks is 7th seed.
Yikes.
And tonight we got Chicago and Toronto playing. You know what I mean? And then I think Friday is gonna be, I forget who's the other in the East?
I can't believe Atlanta beat.
Heat,
Speaking
right?
of which, I know a lot of people are very afraid about this Freaknik documentary that's coming out.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah,
That's another show.
Next episode.
So right now, if y'all had to pick a favorite out of the East or the West, you know, coming out to win the chip, you know what I mean? Or let's say go to the NBA Finals. Who are the two teams you got right now? I mean, the favorites right now seem to be Celtics, the Sixers, Giannis and the Bucks. That's the East. And then we got Denver, we got Sacramento, we got Golden State, Lakers. They're all in the West. So who you got going to the chip?
Bottom shelf, who you got?
Oh,
No, you don't got these guys.
Let me
Stop
tell you
it.
something, okay?
Stop
Let me
it.
tell you something.
Oh,
A lot
man.
of people say that Knicks fans are delusional. Well, I am one of those delusional fans.
And you sound like Stephen A, bro.
No, Stephen A. No, he's a sucker. He bailed on us a few times publicly. He said that he wouldn't come back to the Garden. So please don't come back to the Garden. But us faithful Knicks fans, with my man Brunson, we are out here.
So now tell me who you think is going to win the NBA.
Well, we're going to win in the first round. I'll tell you that much. We're beating Cleveland. I'm going to give you that. Yes, we're beating Cleveland. Outside of that, in the East, it's Milwaukee, man. Like, people really don't give Giannis his motherfucking flowers. He's a beast. I know Embiid is Embiid, but Lord have mercy, Giannis is different.
Yeah,
if Middleton is anything close to Middleton, Milwaukee's the best team in the East.
But bro, Celtics are right behind, bro.
Man, I don't buy it.
I'll jump in right there, and that's who I got coming out the East. I think this is the Celtics' year to go to that chip.
Celtics don't.
But they went last year.
Celtics don't look too bad, man. So I got Celtics, and I got Warriors once again. I'm gonna get Celtics and Warriors in the chip.
Wow.
Yo, there's no team in the West right now that's really like making so much noise where you be like, yo, I got even the number one seeds, Denver. You're not like, I mean, I didn't pick Denver. You know what I mean?
I go with best player on team. Kevin Durant, until said otherwise, is the best player.
You think the Suns are going to the chip?
I think the Suns are going to the finals to face off against Giannis and the Bucks. Bucks Suns, you heard it here first.
I'm gonna say this. I got the Suns also. I got the Suns and the Celtics in the dance, and I'm gonna say this. I know people don't like the fact that Durant left Brooklyn and they say all this, but let me tell you something. That dude is a sniper, man. When it comes playoff time, he's a walking bucket. That guy, let me tell you something. I think we should look into this. If they ask NBA players on a one-on-one game 7, who do you not want to play? That answer is probably going to be Kevin Durant for a lot of people.
Yeah, he's not.
He's an assassin.
I just wish that he would stay healthy more, but he's nasty. Yeah. He's a beast.
I really wish we would have got Suns Warriors in the first round. Oh my God.
He's a beast. He's a beast. But yeah, man, this year's NBA, I'm looking forward to it, man. I know this ain't a sports show, man, but let me ask y'all just one question, only because I'm wearing this hat.
Oh, my man.
Who is the greatest baseball player of all time?
Jose Canseco. No, that'd be black. It's him. It's Griffey. Griffey is by far, in my opinion, the greatest baseball player I've ever seen.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Junior.
Now we can move on.
Let me tell you. Wait, hold on. I don't know
wait a
about the
second.
greatest
Wait a second.
baseball player. Like, I understand he had the ability to be the greatest. You know, I think he had the ability to be the greatest, but I wouldn't call. He had definitely had the greatest, you know, swag and style of any player. But yeah, I would. I don't know if I would call him the greatest baseball player.
So who's the greatest?
That's hard, man. That's hard.
Okay, who's it? All right, top three. You don't got to give me the greatest. Top three, and then we move to the next segment. Top three.
I mean, you wouldn't call Barry Bonds one of the greatest?
I mean,
even with the. I mean, listen.
No, Barry
I know
Bonds is a
No,
man.
Barry Bonds is the truth.
Yeah, but
He's top five to me. He's not top three, but he's top five.
But so Barry Bonds is by far one of the greatest. I mean, I just wish all that other stuff ain't come behind him because
Right.
I would have probably been wearing a different hat because dude is nasty. But as far as, you know, pure athleticism, batting, defense, just carrying a team, I mean, I don't know. I got Ken Griffey to me personally.
He's my personal favorite player. I'm not denying that. Ken Griffey, my personal favorite player. But I don't know if I can call him the greatest. I don't know if I could do that.
I say that because as his bat talk, his glove talk, you know what I mean? Like, you got to go both ways, Paul.
Yeah.
You got to go both ways, though. You know what I mean? But yeah. Griffey, he's up there, man. He's the guy. He's the guy. But Jeter gets honorable mention. Heads off to the Yankees.
Bottom show, man. Take us to the next segment, man. Responsibility. Do we have responsible? What's our responsibilities?
What are our responsibilities as men? So on social media, there's been a lot of hype around this video. I can't claim for it to be real or not. I've Googled and looked and searched, but I've seen it on multiple sites. So what we'll say is, in this society, we have people that aim for attention. Some of the news is false. Some of the news is true. However, we all know, I know personally, of men who have been duped into believing that a child that they fathered is their biological child, when in reality, the bitch is lying and she's setting them up because he's just the best guy for the job. So we have this young man who's online. The woman literally he goes and gets a DNA test 11 years later. I don't know why he waited so long, and finds out that his son isn't his, and tells her and that boy got to get up out the house. And you hear her yelling and screaming, and you can't do this. This is wrong. Da da da. Whose responsibility is it to tell us? Go ahead.
So let me say this though, like after 11 joints, right?
Right.
Bonded, right? You bonded with the kid.
Right.
You were there, hopefully for the birth. You probably took mad kindergarten pictures, first grade pictures, second grade pictures, third grade pictures, first day of school. You probably showed up to parent teachers conference.
You definitely showed up.
Like after 11 years, how do you as a man, right? I mean, walk away. How do you tell them
out my house? Get the fuck up out of here.
The girl or the dude or the little kid?
It's tough, man. And I heard the pain in that man's voice. It's easy to throw her out. She's a liar. That's easy.
That's easy. But
that's easy.
We all got to always think about the kid. What about the kid? Like, what in that situation with the kid?
That hurts.
See, here's what I would feel would need to happen. It's not like you're dealing with a 5 or 6 year old. So 11 years old, they have a level of understanding at 11 years old. And you can actually have a conversation with that 11-year-old. And yeah, no, you could say. I mean, I wouldn't say, listen, y'all need to get out today, but I would say,
Mom's gotta
listen,
go.
no, listen, not even. I wouldn't even do that and say, listen, you got to get out right now. I just say, listen, like one, it's over, and two, you need to really, really start one looking for whoever this child's father is, and three, you need to really start getting yourself a place because I'm
Yeah,
giving
but
you 30. I'm giving.
you still play a role in the child's life, even if she goes find the father?
So after 3, I'm giving you the 30 days, and then what I would say is that then you have a conversation with that
30 days,
11-year-old.
bro. You sound like a landlord.
30
I
days.
say, listen, you got
After
30
11
days.
years?
You got 30. Yeah. Like the damage is done. Ain't no get back. Ain't none of that.
Okay,
You
right,
gotta go.
What I'm
Not tonight,
saying,
but
Picasso, what I'm saying
yeah.
is, if you encourage her to find the kid's father, what I'm saying is she does. Let's say she does. 30 days after she does, 2 months later she does. Where is your stance with that kid that you've been playing father for 11 years? Where you are on that level?
I'm gonna tell them straight up. Listen, I am not your biological father, and you need to start establishing a
Yo,
relationship
come on.
with your father. Because
So
he's
look at
biologically.
you.
Wait, hold on. Because he's biologically your father. One, you owe it to yourself to know your father, and it's only because of your mother that we're in this situation. Had she been honest from the get go, you might have known him. But now we here. Listen, I'll be here. You got my number. You can call me for whatever you
Okay,
need.
he has your number. Would you call him?
I would check on him, yeah, because I still would check on him as a young, growing, boy. I'm think this is gonna cause some sort of stress and it's gonna affect his mental health. So I think he's going to still need me to talk to him.
But what I'm saying though, and I'm gonna bring this to you though, bottom shelf, like, we often talk about relationships in terms of men, women, right? And how, people like have a tendency, oh, if a woman cheats or if a man cheats, I'm out. That's it. Like, we can't turn our feelings off like a light switch, right? Because
Right.
some things we didn't expect, right? We can
Right.
say that. So my
Some
thing
people,
is, after 11 joints, 11 years of, this kid has been around me, been around Picasso, been around Reem. Like, this is my little man. Yo, I throw the baseball in him. I throw the football. I'm teaching him how to play football. Like, this is my little man. You do what you did. Now we don't even know what hint did he get?
Right. What?
Did the
After
nose
11 years? Why now,
did the
bro?
nose not look like his? Like, what happened, right? But your mom's accepted him. If you had another child, your other child is viewing this little boy as that's my half brother, my half.
That's my
Whatever.
bro, B.
So my point is, what do you do in that case, bro? Like, do you not talk? Like, how do you cut that off?
You know what? And here's the crazy part. I personally know 2 dudes that went through this. One for about almost a year. The other for about 9 joints. You asking me what I personally would do?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you right now, I'm a heartless motherfucker. Nigga, you are done. Your mom's is done. You can hit me up if you want to holler at me. I'll give you some advice, but I'm free, nigga. Are you kidding me? I'm out of here.
So let me ask you a question.
What? Go ahead.
So with that being said, if I'm not mistaken, I think Shorty still wanted you to pay child support.
That's laughable.
crazy, insane.
But what I'm saying is, but I'm just saying, if he signed, depending on the state, because I remember this happened years ago to Neo, the singer Neo.
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And think it was in
If
Cali.
you marry her, with
right?
another child.
And it was in
That's yours.
Cali. And if you don't find out within a time frame,
Oh, that's it.
then boom. So let me ask a quick question. Should every man, because they got this term, mother's baby, father's maybe, right? So mother's baby, we know that's the mother's baby because it came out of the mother.
Right.
But
We
it
know.
could be the father's maybe. That's the term that I've grown up to hear, right? Mother's baby, father's maybe. Do you think every man should get?
Yes. Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. You got two choices. But that choice happens the night that child comes in the world. You can choose to do a paternity test, a DNA test, or you could choose not to. After that, nigga, unless somebody comes and tells you that's my son, or that woman comes and tells you that's it, that's it. If you have any fragment of percentage of doubt, get the test. It's our responsibility to cover ourselves. But if you don't want to do it, nigga, that's yours. And you eating it right there that night. That's it. No 10 years later, you get to go check it out. Nah, man.
So let me tell you something. You know, everybody, there's some people who are conspiracy theorists and they say, you know, I play into that sometime and they talk about population control and all this. And that is another way, if they really wanted to kind of not control the population, but that'll sure stop a lot of people from doing a lot of things that they're doing. If they knew DNA tests was mandatory upon birth, like it should not, it should just be a mandatory thing. There ain't no option. It should be a mandatory thing at birth. And you know, like when you're in the hospital after you have the birth, I think like the next day they ask you to do the birth certificate paperwork. So that DNA, you know, sample could come back before that to where they say, okay, yeah, this is your child. And if it happens to where it says, no, this is not your child, and you don't care, you still want to sign a birth certificate, then that's on you. But it should be mandatory. And I think women's, you know, activist groups should also be pushing for that for accountability.
Sure,
Where's these you know, these yeah, exactly. These feminists, you know, they should be pushing for that for accountability within women. And also why isn't this a bigger conversation in the United States and the Congress?
Plan B is a
DNA.
conversation. Abortion's a conversation.
Exactly.
Why isn't DNA test a conversation? Like if here's my thing, right? If two adults lay down and have unprotected sex, why is the onus on the man being irresponsible? Right? Here's my thing, right? I get it. It's a woman's body. It is a woman's choice. I get it. How many men out there are being fathers or at least paying a stipend for a child when they told someone they didn't want, they weren't ready, whatever the case may be? And every case is different. I'm very cognizant of the fact that if a woman decides that this is it and I'm keeping it, my nigga, you just gotta do what you gotta do. But why in this society is all of the blame and the responsibility on the men when women have the same burden as we do on some level because two people made a decision to get in that bed that night? That's just my question.
I agree with you 40% on that.
Okay.
And I'll tell you where I feel more strongly about is, which is a conversation we had before, and I think in our earlier shows what I mentioned, that the baby, like, you know, they try to say, oh, the baby comes from the woman. The baby comes from our balls. First and foremost. That's on you. You could put that baby anywhere you want to. And when you decide to put that baby inside that oven, and she bakes the seed in that oven and produces
Now there's a
The
caveat.
cake,
You know that, right? There's a caveat
know,
called pre-cum. There's a caveat.
well then my guy, then you need to control yourself and put that elsewhere too. It ain't nothing. Once you relinquish it, you relinquish the responsibility. It's no longer your. I mean, not the accountability. It's no longer your decision. Once you
No, you're right.
relinquish,
It is no longer your decision.
so you don't get to
You can only speak
say
your piece.
that's it.
You're right.
You can only speak your piece.
You're right.
MC, what you feel?
First, I'm still reeling off of the
Your balls.
come from the balls.
Your
That's
balls.
right.
We
We all
Listen.
grown. We know what's in that sack.
Bro, again, man, like, we all a product of our environment. I grew up, in the BX, and I grew up around a lot of people who, found out at other stages in life that, kids aren't theirs and whatever the case may be. And, I think for me personally, it took some time for me to even go there because I was scared. In my 20s, I know I wasn't ready to be a father. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, I was too selfish, right? But then there was also what I saw growing up at 17, 18 of older people that, found out that kids weren't theirs and all that. And I just never wanted to go through that. I never wanted to experience that. So for me, it was always a scary thing. And to go back to this 11-year situation with dude, I can't tell you that I would turn my feelings off of this kid, B. You know what I mean? Because I feel like who I am as a person, when I realized or when I knew in my mind that this child was mine, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, helping with homework, being a sports person, I know that I'd be throwing the ball with dudes, be proudly saying, this is my son taking on vacation, this is my kid, da, 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 da. To then at 11 find out, yeah, he's not mine. Am I gonna look at him and be like, yeah, nah, I ain't rocking with you no more? Like, I can't do that. Now,
well, here's the crazy thing.
Am I annoyed and like to the highest annoyance with the moms and like, especially if she knew all along?
Now you gotta look at all them pictures and be like, damn, this nigga don't look like me at all. Like, damn, now that I look,
then hindsight becomes 2020. But then here's the other piece. But here's the other piece, right? This dude, does he have other kids? Because maybe that's his only child, right? So then, men obviously could, have kids whenever because it's not them having a kid. But like when you reach a certain level, I'm like, damn, so do I really want one of my own now? Or do I already have others and just be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna still accept this kid. Or is this kid my only son? If it appears to be my only son, it's hard for me to walk away.
If you turn hold on. If you turn, let's say 45, you had your kid later, whatever, at 34, whatever. Now he's 11 years old. Now you 45, and have to turn back that clock to 0. Like that's just a decision you gotta make. That's a decision you gotta make.
B, that would be hard for me, son.
I'll tell you what would be hard for me. It'd be hard for me to continue acting like this kid is my son. I'm a person where, in which I was kind of groomed into understanding that as men, we are conditional beings. We live by conditions.
Look just like genuine.
You know what I mean? Like, and the condition that's set upon us is that, the conditions is this is not, your DNA test told you that this was your kid. So if you weren't going to change your relationship, then it made no sense to get that. Now that you got it, you found out exactly that you're not his biological father. You change the conditions. Change. I got to make a different decision, and I got to go with leaving the woman alone and being the best positive role model as a man that I can for this young boy who's going to grow up and be a man very soon. In 5-6 years, he's gonna be a man.
He's gonna find out bitches ain't shit.
Yeah. So listen, your mother
But yo,
lied to us both.
I've been on both sides of the fence. I was a young man that was in a relationship with a woman, and she didn't tell me that she had an abortion until it was done. I felt robbed. I felt cheated. I felt like I didn't have a voice. So then you fast forward, and then I've been the man on the other end where all I can say is, I don't want, you know what I'm saying, a child. And this is a woman that, you know, I loved, I was in love with. Maybe I didn't say that enough, and she's a good person. To this day, you know what I mean, a very good friend, a respected person in my life. But, you know, there's a piece of guilt there. Like, maybe if I wouldn't have said, I don't want this, she wouldn't have said, I'm not ready. And then we would have been parents, and there's regret. You know what I mean? And there's a piece of that you hold on to. Like, I still hold on to the fact that there's a child of mine that isn't here, that I didn't have a voice to save. And then there's a child of mine that isn't here that I had a voice and I used it to say, nah, you know what I'm saying? And they're both, it's guilt on different levels, but they're both like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, man. Like, you look back at life and you're like, you look at your whole, and you're like, damn, wow, like, what the fuck? But to our conversation, yeah, man, I believe that DNA tests should be mandatory, man, because when you got two people in a situation like that, I believe the least you could do is allow a man the sense of belief and knowledge that this child is mine.
How about this? If that's not mandatory, why isn't it mandatory? Or what? So if that's not mandatory, why isn't it just like a law? And I think everybody should be okay with passing this law.
For sure.
That when the child is found out to not be biologically that man, he should be relinquished of the responsibility of the father.
Hell yeah.
Why
Hell
is it,
yeah.
who is going against that proposal of that legislation?
You know what it is, bro? I think because at the end of the day, we're not thinking of the adults there. You know what I mean? I think the kid is who you then think of, right? Because it's like, okay, fine. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that portion of it, but there has to be some stipulation because, you know, does the person wants to still be in this child's life? Because at the end of the day, the adults are not who's being thought of there, right? It's the kid. Like, then this kid is just gonna be without, I hate to say this, a father, right? Because, you know, this guy, whoever it was willing to, was maybe doing his responsibility, was doing what he was supposed to do as a dad. And then all of a sudden he got blindsided. Yeah, no, he shouldn't be responsible, but there should be some stipulation that states, do you want to still be around? Maybe he does.
Yeah, maybe he does. But I'm just saying that there are some states where men, or there's some cases where men are being found to not be the father, but are still being ordered to pay a child support.
Yes.
And that is wrong.
That's wrong.
That is morally wrong. That is unethical, and that is illogical.
That's
so
wrong.
It should be a law that once the child is, you know, once it is confirmed that what was thought to be a biological father is no longer the biological father, that father should be not financially responsible. Now, he should just be able to choose if he want to. He should say, you know, if he could say, you know what, listen, I've been providing for him this long. You know, I still want him to go to soccer practice. I still want him to have, you know, or her to have that same, I don't want their life to be affected. I'm going to still take care of this child. Then that's a choice that person can make.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. Go finish up.
No, I'm not finishing nothing. I was going to say though, as far as men and our responsibilities, when it goes to that, when a woman sends us a text message and says, "Hey, babe, da 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 da," how long can we wait before we respond to our lady, our wife, a person that we're dating? Whose responsibility is it? And how long is too long to respond to a text? That's just my question. That's just me going.
That's a question we're gonna pose on the next show. That's a tease.
Oh yeah, that's a tease.
That's a tease. Because how long is too long?
Yeah, and how quick is too quick?
How quick is too quick? So that's gonna be on the next show. But like I want to bring up though, just to end this show off, yo, there are bills that we pay, bro, that we just, I mean, is there a bill out there you gotta pay, but you're like, every month it comes, you're like, why? You know, for me, I got two. I got two that's tag team, and I know Picasso's gonna get at me on one of them, but I don't like paying Con Edison. And I don't
what a con.
And here's
the first prefix of that is con.
And I don't like to pay cable.
Fuck cable.
No, I don't like those two bills, bro. I just like, yo, I just don't like. I get them. I get aggravated, bro. It's like almost one of our pet peeve shows. Like, what gets under your skin? Paying Con Edison. I hate it. I hate
paying the con man.
So I hate paying Con Ed too. I really do. I really hate that. But I hate paying car insurance. Like, I don't get in no accidents. Like, I've been paying car insurance for years. I've never, like, and knock on wood, you know, but it's like, yo, I've been paying all this money and I'm not getting in accidents.
But like, don't they have some like insurance company that's like forgiveness, like some forgiveness thing? Like,
they got an accident forgiveness. If you have an accident, they won't raise your rate.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
But it's like, yo, in this climate, insurance only goes up. There's never no like, there was a lot less crime in the neighborhood, so we're gonna bring it down this year. It never goes down. Like, it just never goes down. I hate car insurance, man.
Yo, bottom shelf, of all your bills to pay, which one do you hate paying most?
You on mute.
Excuse-moi. I thought about this, but I'm gonna stick with my original because I believe that cable is now a bill of choice. You can stream it, you can, you know what I mean, Fire Stick it, you can get all the channels you ever wanted in this world. So
that's why MC said that's why I was gonna get on them at.
So my thing is, the thing that whatever you believe in, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, the creator gave us water. Why the fuck am I paying a water bill to clean my ass and brush my teeth? What the fuck am I paying a water bill for?
I gotta tell you, I don't mind paying.
I don't mind paying the water.
I don't mind paying water because it's my cheapest bill.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the water gets processed. The water does get processed, treated, and comes to you. Wait, hold on. I'm just saying this because I lived in other regions of the country. Yeah, I lived in the South, I lived in the Midwest, and I lived in the West Coast. There are smaller cities, you know, some of them don't even have like the infrastructure to have water. They have like a whole other thing. But so there's a plant that processes the water, treats the water, does all these things to where it is safe to you. Like, you could really, I don't recommend it, and I don't drink water right out the faucet, but you can and not have anything, go wrong.
And not today. It'll get you later.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's what I'm saying. But you're paying for that. You're paying for the things that are put in place before the water gets to come out to you clean enough for you to drink.
No,
I don't agree,
no.
but I understand it.
No, God gave us water. And to your point, pre-show meeting, I want to confess something to the people, okay, about another quote unquote bill, but it has to do with water. I believe, right, Bottom Shelf is a shoplifter. And let me tell you what I've stolen for every year of my life since 1996.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Toothpaste. I will never pay an American, euro, whatever dollar for my teeth to be clean. I'm stealing everywhere I go. I don't give a fuck where I at CVS, Walmart, Wegmans, toothpaste. If toothpaste leaves with me, I'm not paying. Fuck out of here. I should not have to pay to keep my mouth clean.
Let me turn my camera off so they could only see. They could only see you.
Water is disgusting, and toothpaste is another disgusting bill that we shouldn't have to pay for.
No, Picasso, turn your camera. Picasso, turn your camera off.
We have to stay clean, people. So let me tell you something. This is from Bottom Shelf to you, okay? You scan that shit with your salad. You put it right behind your salad bag or your pasta or your rice. When you scan that rice, you hold the toothpaste real close. And boop, it's just one beep.
11th commandment. 11th commandment. Hold on.
You put that toothpaste in the bag because why should I have to pay? Now, homeless people that don't have a lot of money, toothpaste is an expensive product, you heard? It's over $5 now for a valve of toothpaste that's valuable. Why should you have to pay for your breath to smell good? It's
11th commandment. Thou shalt not incriminate thyself.
No,
but what
soap and toothpaste are two things that I think nobody should have to pay for because that is a human right. A human right. A human right.
It should be a human right to get rid of that that morning breath. That's right. I agree. Yo, what you drinking, Bottom Shelf, that got you feeling like that, man?
This is a South African mule. It is no longer Moscow. It is a South African mule, and I can prove it. Where the hell is the bitters? These bitters are from Africa, and they are called Mandingo. Mandingo bitters is in this drink with ginger beer and vodka like a typical Moscow mule and lime juice.
Don't ever drink that because y'all be stealing toothpaste. Don't ever drink that. Yo, what are you sipping on, Picasso?
Yo, in honor of R&B Ream, I'm holding today I'm gonna be light skinned, okay?
Oh,
I'm gonna be light skinned today.
You drinking that Tito Puente?
I'm gonna drink that Tito Fuente just for R&B Ream because he ain't in the building. I'm drinking the Tito Fuente mixed with a little bit of the Tropicana Island Punch.
Nice, yo.
You know, my daughter's in Jamaica. She comes back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
so,
safe travel.
Birthday, Kayla.
Happy birthday, Kayla.
My daughter turned 20, so she's out in Jamaica for her 20th birthday. And I'm drinking the Island Punch because she's not here, but she'll be here tomorrow night. She'll be back.
So I got this Bacardi, man. Yo, Bottom Shelf put me on this years ago.
Oh, that's at the bottom. Like when you walk in this
Bottom Shelf put me onto this years ago. I mixed that with pineapple juice and I got a fake Coco Loso. There it is. Thank you.
That is beyond you, MC. That is beyond you.
That was in honor of my man Picasso. I mean, my bad, Bottom Shelf. Yo,
listen,
note, man, we out here.
Gorgeous would be disappointed.
My man Gaz.
No wine.
Big up to my man Gift the Gizab. Big up to my man Reem, R&B Reem. And of course, the one and only G Gorgeous. Yo, on the
G
next
Gorgeous, are you
episode-
missing?
Yo, on the,
Gorgeous would be
It is
disappointed
stressful.
at you with that drink.
yo,
fuck
on
are
the
you,
next
G Gorgeous?
episode, we're gonna touch on so many things, man. Pay attention, log on, subscribe. Yo, we out of here like last year, baby.
L'chaim.
Hello, Brooklyn.
What? That little nigga, that little nigga ain't mine.
Ghetto slick. Put it down. Put it down. No, little nigga ain't mine. What you think I'm off fly? You look just like Genuine. I know we been talking about spine. Could it be that you and Ty that got that stupid ass in the bar? Back in 99, everybody thought you were so fine.
Yo, knock it off, love, you killing me. He couldn't be mine. He too yellow, and your skin darker than mine. Straighter hair, too good. Both her eyes is rough. He ain't got my eyes, they ain't brown enough. You playing baby shower stunts. I was counting the months. All I'm thinking is why me and what the you want? You better call that pretty boy up and harass him. Ja told me that you was locking with him. I ain't your baby father, ain't even close to that. Now what I look like? Forget it, don't answer that. I'm probably a fool. You know what? You're probably right. Like I'm probably his pops and I'm probably white. Get on before you get jumped on and such. That little you ain't know what you stoned or what. You can't lie. Ja, your baby dash. You need to slow down, love, cause you moving too fast. Tell him,
No,
Ja.
little nigga ain't mine. No, what you think I'm off fly? You look just like
Yo,
Genuine.
Ja looking bad out here.
We been talking about spine.
Bang.
You and Ty.
You should have put that woman first.
Oh, back in 99, everybody thought you were so fine. No, ain't nothing. No, ain't with that shit.
Well, actually, he did put that woman first. That's why he's looking so bad.
All I done for you, ain't got no words
He
for
should
you.
have put himself first.
Have your and go find your baby father, cause I'm not him, no. What you think I don't know? You're still low. Better go follow him.
Look, they got the same display, the same